State House, they would not go home again until they were cured of whatever ailments. How would you have felt?
Numo men na ifan ba abama aning isano koto nyin fo isano dogo fo isano koto lumene na taji State House pour ka dungi njara lo programme nyin kono ya jamina na fo ko ite seyla suko kono fo numo men na be kendal akko nyimbe kilede fa fe nyaadi le.
HIV and AIDS being a deadly and incurable disease, I would have gambled it.
Ako HIV mu jankari sangara baleti me yalon ko abuka jarano bari natara kulu lata wala nyam woto abe jare lata yenne pour ay dum jararo nyin kono.
So if he could cure the incurable, you would have submitted.
Amunta ning akata mode me alon ko abe kuran jaral me alon ko akural jara balolem wara amunta be idadu na jel.
Yes, indeed, because at the beginning no one knows whether it was going to work or not.
Ako ha kadu afolodula mu ma lonu tumo ko fabe kala ku timembe tamala wala fate tamala.
But eventually it became clear.
Absolutely.
In fact, in your statement you gave us a brief description of your understanding of the genesis of this treatment.
Council ko ila kuma kanto ya sutiandilo ya itandi na je wete la kulondo to yemel lonyi jaralo nyi programme nyi na kuto même fudi yemel lonje yew do manding sata nyejele.
Can you tell us about it?
So isi femfo no nyeji akoro ba?
Yes, I remembered either during the process of the treatment, after the process was underway.
Ako hakilo ya muta jararo wiche onyinkolo biring adamu ta foka pare abetama kantu momenna.
There was an officer at the State House
member State House
who said that it was his grandfather or his relative in Nyomi who has discovered this treatment for HIV and AIDS. He said that this old man actually treated a person with AIDS in Nyomi. And so he said when the information was given to President Jammeh, he took ownership of that medicine. Yeah, that was based on the statement of someone who was serving at the State House at that time.
Could you tell us who that person is? This statement does not deserve confidentiality, so tell us who that person is.
Sehu Jallow, he left the armed forces as a captain, so I'll say Captain Sehu Jallow.
And could you read the last sentence in that paragraph of your statement, paragraph 19, page 6? Where you said, I am not sure whether I had it directly from Seku or someone close to him, but I am sure you can ask him the genesis of the PATP. Kindly proceed with the rest of that statement, please.
As an opinionated person, I believe that President Jammeh took the treatment over from that man.
President Jammeh
took ownership of it. However, there must have been a part of the treatment which he had not done correctly, therefore it didn't work. That was my opinion.
Jammeh missed something. in your view?
Ila miraro ya jamme kule be jamme alon ko minata men koma men to koma.
Yep, it was just my opinion.
Ako ha wo mun tela miraro tidro.
But what was certain was the treatment didn't work.
Bare men sabata wala nyindi ko jaralo nyin amantama.
Yes, it failed.
Sedo ko ha abaitala mantama freng.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. That was the extent of our interest.
Akaya baraka bake sedo.
All we wanted to know was that this thing was a hoax.
Wala mindi lafta ka membelo nyinko nyingo wala mindi ko
It was false.
ko nenere ko wala manke tonyati
Oh, it was true.
foto nyande.
Your opinion is it was false.
Ila idala mi fanana miro mindi wala nyindi ko iko akoni manke tonyati.
Register your answer on the record.
Ila jabiro nyin kana ko jijarno afo ha waranto hani.
My opinion was that it failed. It was not successful.
Najero munyeti ko amanna tama amanke kuti men sotonta.
And because it failed,
Tumalamen na ko nyin mantama.
it was false.
Ura manke tonyati.
Yes, Council.
Sedo ko ha council.
Thank you very much.
Abaraka bake.
No further questions for the witness.
Ansu kay nyinin kardo tem ko tan tambul ko tange pour sedo e
It
kiama.
was a pleasure having this exchange.
Thank you, sir.
Council ko nyin ketanye se wote pour ni nyin kachake.
And before the witness takes the floor, Mr. Chair, and before the commissioners would ask questions, I'll just do some housekeeping issues and put in the documents in the record.
Yeah, you may please proceed.
Yes. Yesterday, Mr. Chair, for the witness that testified, the protected witness, the protected information sheet should be Exhibit 155A. And the stack of photographs provided by the witness should be 155B. And then each photograph is numbered, B1, B2, up to B27, I think. I have showed this witness 2 photographs in which he is present. That should be 155B1 and 155B8. And with your indulgence, Mr. Chair, we have those exhibited with the numbers I have just mentioned.
Council, your request concerning all those exhibits is granted. And
one last one, the statement of the witness be exhibited as Exhibit 156.
that's also granted.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. The witness is yours.
Thank you very much. And one of the photographs there, Council, you may not have answer for this question. There's the group photograph. Was that taken 3 days after the treatment where they were celebrating their being cured, or?
This was part of the discharge ceremony. If you would recall, Mr. Chair, that we showed the video of the discharge ceremony, and they're wearing the same clothing.
And they were supposedly
Cured of HIV, yes.
Amazing. Fine. Thank you very much for that clarification. Thank you, Mr. Gano, for coming to testify before the commission. One quick question. Whose idea was it for your mother to go to the program? Was it yours, or your mom suggested that you go? If it's yours, you're a very daring son to take your mom to that kind of a program. But whose idea was it?
Kiaman kami nyini ka sedo bulu wala mnyindi ko ite fon kundemo nyimiro bora jumale bulu pour ite fon bama wulu bama pour ka samba nyinjara lo programme nyinkono fo amira lo nyimborete le bulu bam fo amira lo nyimborete fan modo le bulu pour ka samba nyinga atra borete le bulu odete mu dinnete mi alon ko dinne mu dingol mi alon ko e bama hatila ko hati bakele.
I was the one who relayed the information to them, and it was based on the fact that hypertension being an incurable disease, and as I said, the uncertainty, no one knows whether this works or not. So after extending the message to them, we decided just to give it a gamble. and see whether it will work or not.
Sedo ko ate fangole miraro in sata bamae ko mobe yalo nyame hypertension musa salti mi yalo ko abuka jarano sila ning monat loko ko ate be jarano lal bon ko mobe yalo nyame ko sekeno wala sek atekeno no wala na te afa abamae ko praita ji afa na jararo nyini je.
Wonderful answer. Was it, so it was a collective decision?
Yes, sir.
One way to put it. Yeah, thank you very much. Commissioners, if you have any questions.
Commissioner, Bishop,
you have the floor, please.
Commissioner Bishop Odiko, wala binanyi karola.
Mr. Lamin Gano.
Okay, Mr. Lamin Gano, Zedo.
Yes, sir.
This dream declaration of having a cure of HIV/AIDS.
In Sibo ko men findita tem ko jaralo le findita pour kani HIV/AIDS courant jara.
I'm sure you would agree that before any declaration for any disease,
lata nyinna ko yillon ko jannin kan kularobe kala ko kura kuran na kuro.
First scientific proof must have been ascertained.
Luka lonna wolnya na ko nyinta ya kisi follow yana na ko nyinta ya sabatendi follow.
So where did it start? Was there a scientific proof that this HIV/AIDS cure was okay?
Fo luka lonna le na silo nyin dile bam pour nyin jaralo nyin HIV/AIDS jaralo nyin pour ay tama bam fo woli wo dile bam.
So I remember the Al Jazeera reporter brought the same issue to him.
Ko haklo bulata ko Al Jazeera ila reporter nyin afane o nyin kumukan sambaya ya lenu.
That this being a global, disease, that probably the WHO should be involved. His response simply was that if Coca-Cola is not revealing their secret, he is not going to reveal his secret to anyone.
Coca-Cola ning ate fanang yada na nyameng ning imo kulonging fo satate afanan tala jara rongin silo fanan satala ni moy.
So there was no scientific basis to the whole issue.
Olati na ning luka londo coming for scientists ala kumantaje feren.
Thank you, Imam C, followed by Imam Jallo.
Imam C, wala bina nyinin karo la silang. Sedo
Lamin Gano, nubala.
Kaya Lamin Gano, abenyadi.
Kumitangala na pulardi.
Njikita nyina kwa ifula kwa umwele. Kaya ha ngafula kwa umwele mufuloldi.
Ajara majofi arguma hai seda tagal.
Kamisona si kaya ko inumbara ba kela songola kana seda ndirodi.
Bin ko namdu tobi ko
debe min nyinin kala jang.
What I'm going to ask about here,
Yaya Jammeh ko gonduda ko e makko.
When you were with Yaya Jammeh,
Wato men ini Yaya Jammeh be nyokan.
Ndaw halal mam hodo itti jangde ndo nyawdirta nde.
Fo aya fo nya ko ani londo soto min dole ni jaralo londo soto min dole.
Did he tell you how he acquired the knowledge to cure HIV/AIDS?
I should speak in English, right?
Just speak
in English, we will translate.
Directly.
He has never told me where he got the knowledge from. The meetings that he held, he will tell them the genes that he works with, curing people is their work.
Ako ya kaitandile ko atela wululal meni ya wulu
ala jinnu
ala wululal ka jaralo ke nyin kuolal.
Yeah, so that was where he took this knowledge from.
Ko anyo londo so waleto.
But he inherited it from the family line.
Aya keta ila family
line. Bengule ko damgal jinnabe makko hebi o nyawndagal.
Nena ma en be kebi go balde hono be ngoni don be chafro.
Jinnaɓe ma ko honoɓe tolli joni. Oh, what, your parents, where are they now?
Ha joni ɓe ni mburi kono ha joni ɓe ni jogi o high blood pressure. Ni jogi o nyaw ha joni.
Akola wulula hansa nde be baluru le baran kay wi ñu courant abelal.
My parents are still alive, but they are still sick. They still have this problem.
Yo lo ko be chelal.
Amin Allahumma amin.
May Allah cure them.
Ala mi sala jara kende yalla.
Thank you, Ma'am Jallo. Please.
Witness,
Oh, bismillah.
Ma'am Jallo said he's going to ask in fuller. What doubts me about your statement? We want you to clarify in front of the commission what is truth, what is the truth in this whole episode.
And the English language.
You know the English language.
Words in opposite to each other.
There are words which are opposite to each other in the English language.
Johnny, say good. What is the opposite of good?
If you say good, what is the opposite of good now?
Bad.
Too
bad.
What is the opposite of angel? Opposite of angel. And the jungle, and there is corona. What is the opposite of angel?
The way you learned it in school, what is the opposite of being an angel?
Devil.
Devil.
What has made it very difficult for you to go through or to say that word? You have listened to you struggling or agreeing with Esa about this word, and you know what is the truth in this whole thing.
You can
tell the people in Pular today that Yajame is not an angel. If he is not an angel, then what is he?
An angel.
Sometimes he will be an angel, sometimes he will not be an angel. Thank you.
Don't go wrong with it. Anyway, those were, so Satan is the one that has been substituted for that?
Yes.
Satan was an angel.
No.
He was an angel before.
A fallen angel.
Okay.
He was an angel, then he became a fallen angel, and then
Okay. Commissioner Kinte, you have the floor, please.
Mr. Gano.
Sir, Commissioner.
We learned from various witnesses that the moment the concoctions were administered on them,
Commissioner Kinte ko woni kala nyini kala kay ngani kala muta sero dol nin tembo be na nyin borol ta ya dila.
They encountered various reactions. Among them, in particular, the most prevalent and immediate reaction was vomiting. Have you witnessed any of the patients who vomited immediately after taking the concoction?
Yes, sir. It was very, very common.
And we were informed that the moment you vomit, you will be asked to come back and drink until you don't vomit again.
Yes, sometimes he will say the medicine is gone out, so you need to take it again so that it can be absorbed in your system.
The second reaction, which sometimes takes few minutes or so, but when we say few minutes, if there are 60 or 40 people that are going to take the concoction, actually by the time they are the last one, these reactions must have been manifested. That is diarrhea.
ko dolu bije men ya lon ko mo dolu bije men bita wayri mo talulu taworo nyonnem dolu bije men ya lon ko kol men ka kela to ya ka fatam bari na jeko jama'ata ka ke kono bayoti men ya lon ko wala ke muta andun abukam me bake fangne boro min kono bayo si boyi kan silanduro yoje nyadi.
Have you also witnessed people being driven by running stomach almost immediately or within a couple of minutes after their consumption of the concoction?
Fodun yemolu jele men ya lon ko ete fanga ya sede ko briye nyim boro min doron kono bayo nyapite kan o temboto fo ete fanga yo jele nyim molu kono ban.
I did not witness it, but I believe that it was a possible reaction to the medicine. I totally believe that there was a possibility for that, just like the way they were vomiting.
Latala amanka ko nyaaya jele bari latala ko o fana mu kuleti mense keno wo molula mayla fo mela kono bayolu sede ya bari bitum o fana mu kuleti me yalon ko kulo me yalon ko ase keno molula men nyim boromi.
We were told in some instances the concoctions weren't only one type, 2 or 3 types.
Kana kinde ka fay ko ngai yenyim fonye jango nyim boro nyim amanka bori sifa kilimoti bori sifa kilimoti kilimbe je si wada fo saba.
That's true. There are different combinations and different kinds of medicines or concoctions coming.
Sero ko muto nyalti boro lu dolu bije ka façon saba nyamile dolu ke façon kilimo lam wolu bije le de wolu soton tale.
You told us that you also drank either 1, 2 or the combinations of the concoctions.
Yen fonye ite fon kunni wa yeboro nyi ya minne membe jakasiring fo abe kila kilinne ya mi fo kilin fo fula ba no meran ko abe jakasiring.
Yes, I did. We took almost all of them because Jamie will say that they are broad spectrum, that they could also cure some other ailments. So we were just trying it.
Akoha aya minne tonya katu jameka nyina fuko nyimboro la manke ko ika kukilindron ne jara de bari isa min nole me yalon ka sikudo lu jara no ite mari balala udali le ya sabu ndolo men fanale bije fanale kaminne.
Were you also taking almost or about the same quantity as the patients, actual patients?
Adol fan kunni wal kamenta fo nyi kuranto fanangi iko nanga mole taba.
No, we were just taking it randomly. Sometimes our own, we just go and take it by ourselves. There was no it wasn't like structured. When it comes to us, the personnel serving at the place.
Ani nteluta manke onyade nteluta nkata mfaene dorongo bari amanke ko kamen sumang ntelu watinu watlon dorongo kananka dota nka mim faye.
In which case, I will presume most commonly that what you take is usually a smaller quantity than the actual patients.
Correct, sir.
Woto mbenyu mfulako ateleka memmin wole ka doya katambi yiriko la ikamembi sasa tolula sedo fonko hawa muto nyalti.
Well, even in that case for you, before the manifestation of whatever comes at the fingertips, what reactions did you encounter in the process?
Ita fango bring alio boro mi udamuta hana manke ko kulu menu kita inor bul konding kulula bari mun ku façon le ka kela itla cross roto bring alio nyim boro mi udamuta.
Personally, I had no reaction.
Sedo ko amang ko kundin ka ke itolula atela.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You may proceed now, Mr. Gano, to make any concluding remarks you have. Sorry, Counsel.
Just one point. The witness referred to an encounter between Jame and an Al Jazeera reporter.
Counsel ko kusotonta Jameni kibar tala tema me yalonko abota Al Jazeera kibar bundal.
That is contained in Exhibit 145 of our record.
Ila kumatari ngulu sede kumatari ngulti abe Exhibit 145 wala mkeme tanani anilulu njang.
Noted. Thank you. Mr. Gano, please proceed to make your concluding remarks if you have any.
Thank you very much, sir. My concluding remarks will be directed to 3 categories of people. The first one.
Ako ala baraka na kumo kumfadula mba wulila molula fana sabalela.
The first one, I'll direct it to my colleagues in the armed forces in particular and the youth in general.
Ako following abe memfala abo utilin na akafunyolu la meni alonko ebe Gambia la sojaru uniformolu kono anin funding kewolu.
The second one, I will direct it to the civil servant, the government civil servants.
Fulanja abo fula mansakunda do kula lela ko kama.
And the third one, I will direct it to His Excellency, the President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Armed Forces.
Sabanjang abo tilin na banko president lela me ya lonko bi atela mu Gambia nyaton koti ani sojaro lube kuntonko.
Since it is a reconciliation process,
wairi nyi munyo say nyokan program moleti.
And the aim is to create a more united and peaceful and developed country.
Wairi nanganioni hamo membeje wolem kabanko molu sayndi nyokan kamurungi nyokan puru kambengo ni nyomuto si soto ay sabati banko kan.
I used to be a blogger during the political season of 2016 until the impasse.
Akwa kakunu kibaro lu fintindi nun computer lasil kibar bunda lanu wato men jamme balanta nun 2016 wiche onyin kono.
And on my last blog, I wrote, I have never committed a human right violation. I have never witnessed a human right violation. I have even not had anyone who come to me telling me about human right violations that they have committed.
Ala safer labanguto ay nyim foje ko atekumu anene man hadamaya nyanta tinyake atekumu anene man hadamaya nyanta tinyaje atekumu monene man nate kan men sa foko nte dunta hadamaya nyanta tinyale kono ya kennale.
Somebody contacted me and said, what you are saying
mo sotonta dum meye akibaro sindi atemako ikamen foteng.
It is like a man who has been selling palm oil for 16 years and he said he has never been stained by palm oil.
Wala mnyindi kumomen abe tuluse wa fola dolu kafa tentulo fosangi tani woro umari kanalo kafoko tuluse wala tentulo nene mamma ate balola.
But my statement was true and I want to share that secret for the benefit of my colleagues in the armed forces as well as for the Gambian youths in general.
Now kumakaudu tonyale mude wala na lafita ka janjandi ning Gambia sojarol ning funding ke ulute mabanko kan.
The day that our cadet selection results were announced at Yundum Barracks,
lumente la cadet tombo ndiro kibaro lu findita Yundum Barracks,
the announcement was done in front of a senior NCO mess.
Ye kankularo ke na sojar bunda la nyaton ko le nyatilu la je.
Immediately the parade was dismissed.
Bring ila finto alinkalo parade abanta drong.
I sneaked into that senior NCO's mess.
Nyole to dunta nyaton ko la dinkira nyinto je.
I knelt down, faced the Qibla and prayed to God.
Aka aknyoita kumbalim fululukan aya nyatilim tilibulola ala jai aya tentu.
I told God that I thank you very much for appointing me as an officer cadet of the Gambia Armed Forces.
Akaya ala tentu nyinkanko wairi ya tombo ya cadet officer the Gambia la sojar bundala.
And I've entrusted my military career into your hands.
Woto na sojar ya dokuo ngachika ngadung ite Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bulokono.
I prayed for only two things.
Nduata kufulala.
One, protection.
Follow fonsi kantanga tanka.
And secondly, blessing, for him to bless my military career.
Fulanjang fo alasi kaira dinna na sojar bunda nyinto.
So that is a message I want to leave to all soldiers and to youths in general. That always remember God and thank Him when He blesses you. Usually we remember God most when we are in adversity. And we forget about Him when we are blessed. I believe that God answered my prayers. I had the most successful military career ever. And then it was also peaceful. I had never witnessed any human rights violations. I have never been part of it. I've never had people discussing that we are going to commit or we have committed it. So let's remember Allah when He blessed us. And let's thank Him for those blessings. The second one is directed to the government civil servants. The election found me outside the country. After Jammeh left, I decided I'm coming back to Gambia to contribute to whatever is happening here. I came back in March 2017. From then until May in 2018, it was the most frustrating part of my life. When I returned to the Gambia, it coincided with an advert from the UNDP advertising for a security sector reform position with the Gambia government. They were asking for 3 requirements. One, a master's degree. Experience in security. And service with the United Nations. I ticked all the boxes, so I applied. A few weeks later, they sent me an email that their computer system has a problem, so they have reset it, so let me reapply again. I reapplied and they emailed me again a few weeks later with the same statement. After the 3rd time, I was invited to an exam. And that was the end of it. So later on, I heard from people who have been associated with the situation in the background that there was a senior member of the government who was part of the coalition who said that I was not in support of the coalition during the campaign and the impasse, so as a result, they don't want to work with me.
Wato men tebe do ko la kana hanfo jamme balanta wato men man la itulukan o dalilo le asabu man lafi purunte ni taranyokan.
That vacancy was never filled.
Wo palaso mo nena mankeje.
A few months later,
kardanta wokola,
a United States agency advertised a position for a security advisor.
United States, well, America, inata bunda kankula ko sulata yamar la kanton in tankadala karola.
I applied and I was successful.
And
they informed me that they are waiting for confirmation from Washington. After a few weeks, I was informed that they have given the position to the person who came second. And the reason was that because I was associated with Jammeh, they are afraid that I might have been involved in some shady things. And it will be very embarrassing for them, for their personnel, to be dragged into a TRRC or a court procedure.
Woto abekele telamuli maloleti purusinin samo yena ila lukula soto meya lonko isina umari kumandi pura na lo TRRC nyatilimula.
So I said to myself, if I cannot work for my government and I cannot work for international organizations in the country,
woto nani famfaye ko woto ninta do ko keno la naman sakundai mando ko keno bankunim bankute mabundali.
let me open my own business and do my own thing.
Woto mbadum fansun safar bunda yele nam fansun koke.
So I started the process of applying for a license to operate a private security company.
Utumolem ngada mutaka safero ke fo isi laisino dimna nsim fansun kanto nin tankada duku bunda londi.
There are a series of steps involved.
Wo simfa jamale menu bulata nyono ma wolebe ukokono.
And they culminate with the approval of the permanent secretary at the Interior Ministry.
Andu ulfanalu beni mwole la songo kata nyola mem permanent secretary minister bunda la mem marta banko kankunya la tubabul kafume interior.
I passed all the hurdles, including the approval of the PS.
Wolu kolu membebe lari lanyaluto. No lanyalu be sawne hani for permanent secretary for la ko na ko salang.
But the minister said he will still not sign it because he's still not sure whether I am completely clean.
But the minister ko ata sign la katu amalla photo nyato nyante senaya Taliban.
So after that I say, okay, so I cannot work for my government, I cannot work for international agencies, I cannot even run a business in my country.
Akobiro batala ko mandu ko keno naman sakundai, mandu ko keno bankunim bankute mabundai, ye hani safaro fana masoton no mbementa mandira na banko kan.
So that day I gave up on Moda Gambia.
And
then I moved to the UK with the intention to resettle in England.
United Kingdom
But luckily a few months later, a new minister was appointed. And then he approved my license, and then I was called, informed that I've been granted the license. So I returned in May 2018 to start 5-star security.
May 2018 5-star kanta bunda londi.
So my advice to the civil service and people in authority in the civil services, for them to open up their minds and their hearts and to accommodate everyone, even if they differ in political affiliation. My final advice is for His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief in 2005 when I went to Ghana to do my YOC.
2005 Ghana YOC karamukije.
Former President John Kufuor just started his second mandate. He took over from President Jerry Rawlings. We may all know that JJ, as he is popularly called, he was one of the most charismatic and eloquent presidents ever in West Africa. And we made the privy to some of the things that he did when he was in power. Including the execution of high-profile officers in broad daylight. When I came to Ghana 4 years after his presidency, Kufuor has successfully wiped out all the traces of J.J. Rawlings from the military.
J.J. Rawlings la lodalumu femfenti sojarul bunda la karola Kufuor yelu be seneyandi la frenke bondije.
senior officers of the Ghana Armed Forces
were
themselves going around preaching the doctrine of civilian oversight of military institutions
and
then hailing, the beauty of democracy and good governance.
Democracy and
so my deduction from that, as well as the research that I did at my master's, which was based on military intervention in politics, is that soldiers or the military, they are as flexible, as fluid as water. They take the shape of whatever container you put them in. If they have a commander-in-chief or a government who is a dictator, they will become monsters and devils. If they have a commander-in-chief who is a warmonger, and that commander-in-chief send them to Iraq or Afghanistan, they will go there and fight like lions. If they have a commander-in-chief who is a prophet, they will behave like angels. So my advice to His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Gambia Forces, that let him take ownership and responsibility of the Gambia Armed Forces, and let him save them for the benefit of they themselves, the soldiers, as well as for the benefit of the country. There are more than 6,000 youths there, physically, mentally, and psychologically fit. They can be an asset to this country in any aspect that the civilian authorities want. They can play key roles in international peacekeeping or other development initiatives like engineering, agriculture, IT, etc. I thank you most sincerely for having me in the commission. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gano. And again, thank you for coming to testify before the commission.
Chairman, Mr. Gano,
Before I let you go, just one quick clarification. Your first chapter, that you did not violate anyone's human rights, you did not witness violation of anybody's human rights, and that nobody came to you to say that his human rights have been violated. Are you maintaining that, or after some exchange with counsel, you changing part of that one? You cannot say that you did not witness violation of people's human rights when 18 months you witnessed the massive abuse of the human rights of those people who participated in the President's summer program. Are you maintaining that part, that you did not witness?
biriye sanji kilin kariworo wala sanji kilin nin talake ya jammela do ko nyin kono wato men akate be jara rola e isafono ko itemmo dama ya nyanta tinya hani kilin sede yaba.
Perhaps I should rephrase that to torture. Instead of human rights violations, I will replace it with torture.
Woto nsio to falin no le ka foko namana fo hadama ya nyanta tinya nsafono ko tajire yalem.
Torture or extrajudicial killings.
Tajire ya wala kamolu tilimbali atofa.
Thank you very much for that clarification.
Thank you, sir.
Council, do you want to...
Chairman Kaya Lumba.
Mr. Chair, for our own education, that too was torture.
Council Kaya, Mr. Chair, Purukan Nalondo Lafa ofana mutajire yalti.
The forced drinking of horrible concoctions.
Kamulu forseke imindi bori sanarolula.
Under the most difficult conditions.
Wati kolembalula.
Under conditions of false imprisonment.
Anin kamulu sorun kusotobalulu kang.
It's not only inhuman and degrading, it was also torture.
Amanke kuti memu hadamayatinya dal manti bari tajire yale mu fananti.
Okay, Council, we'll leave it at that.
Sedoko Council
Thank you very much.
Council Kaya Nimbara.
Thank you, Mr. Gano. You and your mother and your cousin were also victims.
Council Kaya Nimbara, Mr. Gano.
Violation.
Thank you.
Thank you again for coming to testify before the Commission.
Chairman.
We will end our proceedings here and then resume tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock sharp.
Council Kaya Nimbara,
Thank you very much. Meetings adjourned. Yes, we have to take care of it. Oh. Happy.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek. Loo lañ soxlaati rek. Maanaam bu dee am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba laka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw fii ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit benn tey tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw amuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes, fragrances, men's shirts, accessories. We do dresses as well. We do blouses. We do shoes. Name it, we do them. Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection. Zero task. Fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi defee task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yi picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii.
Love like fire. Bring my love like fire.
Miss B Designer Outlet is the #1 quality and affordable stop shop for all your needs. Get your evening dresses, suit and ties, office wears for both ladies and gentlemen, beach wears, sport wears, pure leather shoes for men, quality belts, bags, heels for all beautiful ladies, original perfumes, accessories, and a lot more. Find us at Kololini Road opposite Gaddafi Mosque at the Aqua Bridge Station, or call us on 295-3411 or 764-2486. Miss B Designer Outlet. Shop right, look good.
When we touch down, get a broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.